What's up with your girl Nicki?
So Nicki Minaj went on a tirade and said a lot of things about Jay-Z and basically Lil Wayne being snubbed. She spoke about Lil Wayne's impact. Yes, quote unquote snubbed. She spoke about Lil Wayne's impact on the game, how he's done a lot of things for himself, for the game, not for money, and for others, including herself and Drake. She's saying that it's sad that Lil Wayne was not chosen. This is clearly ego and hate. I am summarizing because there are a lot of tweets.
Yeah.
And so academics put up a video. But all of that happened like yesterday and over the weekend. We chose not to speak about it yesterday. In fact, if you go back in our video yesterday, there's a part when we say like, oh, so let's not even read it. A lot of that was Nicki tweets and other people responding to the Kendrick stuff.
Right.
And so she's upset that Wayne was not chosen for the Super Bowl and Kendrick was. And she feels Wayne was snubbed. And so she's kind of speaking up for Wayne, I guess. And so
It's fine.
academics...
Protect your friends. Defend your friends. That's fine.
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's
academics...
limits to that, but I'm just saying.
Well, defend your friends when they need defending and when there's something to defend.
Agree. That's why I'm saying there's limits to that. It's not always absolute. I mean, again, I honestly don't think her rage has anything to do with Wayne. Nobody heard me say that, but
we'll get to it.
Right.
So the one thing I will read is academics put up a post, I believe, on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And someone responded saying, everyone who had the 1.5% ownership got paid from Tidal.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj says, excuse me.
How?
Oh, I didn't even see it. Nicki Minaj says, Nicki responded to a comment on the post saying everybody got paid from their 1.5% ownership. Mm-hmm. He says to the person in the comments, I didn't even get paid one red penny when no one promoted it more than me outside Beyonce. LOL, chill. Oh, I'm sorry. Ciao.
I think it's funny that won't compute for you. Like when you read it, like,
because chill. It says CHI.
Oh, makes sense. Okay. Nicki, I like Nicki Minaj. I want to be clear. I like Nicki Minaj. I think sometimes she throws tantrums when she's not happy about something or when she has something that was festering and she, wants to address it but doesn't know how. But I also think that Nicki has platforms where she can go and she can vent if she wants to vent. She has.
Right.
I don't understand why use the Super Bowl to unleash all of this. First of all, I didn't even know she had beef with Jay-Z.
Right.
That's odd.
I didn't. To my knowledge, there was no beef, so I don't know where this is coming from.
And it's fine. Like if that's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. But I just don't understand this idea that you have to go out of your way whenever something happens that really don't have anything to do with you. It don't even have to do with Wayne if we really want to, but it doesn't have anything to do with you, but here you are.
Right.
Raging about things that like you don't need to rage about. Or if you needed to rage about them, you could have done like where were you, Nicki? And as I said before, I'll say it again. This reminds me of us talking about Cat Williams and Steve Harvey. And I know you felt very strongly that Steve Harvey took too long to address what he wanted to address. And then he did it in a weird way. And I feel like that's what Nicki's doing here.
Right.
It's weird. And it's like, and let me backtrack a little bit. Do defend your friend, right? If you feel like somebody was wronged and that's somebody you fuck with, I don't I don't have a problem with people standing up for their people. I stand up for mine. But this is misguided. This whole Wayne thing is misguided in the first place. And then she just uses it as an opportunity to do other things and talk about other things because it's no longer about Wayne for her. It's about her and apparently some money she didn't get. Now maybe that young man needs to get a job.
Shrug. Oh, what young man?
That's none of my business, so we can move on.
All right. Well, I agree. Standing up for your friends is good. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a loyal friend. But I do think when business is involved, you have to be smart about how you do things. Nicki is going ham, as she often does. And number one, as you said, nothing happened to Lil Wayne. He was not snubbed, as we said yesterday, in case y'all didn't see that. Performing in quote unquote your city is not the thing. In fact, the last time the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, Beyonce performed at the Super Bowl. So, yeah. So that I say that to say, um, you know, it seems to be this narrative of Wayne was snubbed. He was not. It's clear that yes, he's interested in performing at the Super Bowl, and that's fine. But perhaps consider what you are doing to his chances of performing at the next Super Bowl, an upcoming Super Bowl, anywhere on the planet, right? If the Super Bowl is on the moon next year, they're probably not going to let him perform because at this point, it's no longer about his city. It's about the damage you're doing to him and his career at this point. As far as Tidal, yes, there are tweets that resurfaced from 2015 where you could see that she was promoting Tidal heavily, that Nicki had an exclusive video up there, which is still up there. But as far as you being paid, that has also nothing to do with Lil Wayne. You good? Attack of the Flies? Damn.
Peanut gallery over here.
Just,
Making a thing.
that's fine. She's in the video anyway. She's in the back in the
Oh,
windows.
it's inspiring words, but
Oh, probably because of your light.
oh, probably. It's
That is funny. Anyway,
fine.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
You were talking about Wayne and how next year probably not.
Oh, Tidal.
Next
That's
time
what I
it's
was
not.
about to say. Tidal.
Because I was
As
gonna
far
say,
as Nicki not getting paid from Tidal,
mhm.
if it's music, doesn't Universal Music Group own Nicki's music? So wouldn't they be the ones getting paid for the music?
That's
It's
probably
weird.
what it
I
is.
don't know. I don't know Nicki's business dealings, but I do think
I
that
think we
this is
don't know
weird.
Nick's business dealings, and I think that's why we're having this conversation right
Dang,
now.
shots fired.
I think that's the problem here. I think Nicki doesn't know Nicki's business dealings because why are you first of all, why are you in the comments saying this, Nicki? Like, go talk to your business manager.
Yeah, and then
What
that's
are
the
you
other
doing?
thing, like scratching my head because you in the TikTok comments.
It's weird. It's weird. She's grown and she's got plenty of money and she's got plenty of fame and she don't need to be doing this. And I feel like we say this every time and the Barbs will probably not appreciate this. But your girl sometimes is like she don't need to do all of this. You wanted to
No,
defend Wayne? You could have defended Wayne for what? I don't know. But you could have defended Wayne in a way that was
but I don't know.
have you
That should
seen
be the
this
title of this
recently?
episode. We shouldn't even put our normal title. We should just put for what I don't know.
Well, actually, you've seen him perform recently. I've never seen him perform live, but I've seen the videos. Okay, WrestleMania. Look it up.
You
You
saw
talking
who
about he?
perform?
Even if it's on the moon, he's already as high as the moon.
You saw The Roc at WrestleMania?
No, I saw it. First of all, it was WrestleMania when he was doing the body rolls.
No, that was Essence. That was Essence Fest.
I was like, wait, I'm not mad at anybody doing a body roll. I love a good body roll, but I was so confused. This is the guy who did Mrs. Officer? Whatever. Anyway, I'm not trying to be a hater. I like Lil Wayne. I like his music. I don't know what y'all thought was going to happen here. And I don't know what Nicki thought was going to happen either.
Me either. And the other thing that's confusing is, what has Lil Wayne done this year?
Right. Because that's an argument too. And we kind of touched on that yesterday, or whenever it was, Monday, when there's the way the Super Bowl halftime performances go has kind of shifted. And they do capitalize on people who are at the top of their game, or people who are like doing really well or being talked about during that time.
Except for Dr. Dre.
Right. I don't think Usher would have been there this year if Usher wasn't having such a good run
Right.
prior to that moment.
That
Um,
Vegas residency.
right. That
Everything
put
before it.
him back on the map. Um, so I don't think it even, I don't know, like, I don't know what the conversation is here. I don't know how y'all went from point A to point B, because he was not going to be like, if there was this surge of, and that's what I said too when we talked about it. I said, if Wayne was in the same position Kendrick was in, right? And this is not to diminish Kendrick's talent. I want to be clear. I think he deserves to be on the stage. I'm not saying that at all, that he doesn't. But what I am saying is, if it wasn't Kendrick, like if he wasn't the one who was buzzing, if it wasn't his song who was playing everywhere, and the bands are playing it, and the sports events are playing it, and it's everywhere. If it was somebody else doing that, then that somebody else would have been invited to do it.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock. That's not to say he's undeserving or anything like that. That's just the way that these things go. It's a popularity contest, very much so. And it's who's gonna make the most dollars. So I don't know. I think Nicki needs to be quiet. And I don't like to silence women. I definitely don't like to silence Black women. But Nicki, what is this? What is this about? Go handle your business with your business people. Don't bring this to the TikTok comments. She she be bored at home when the
I
baby's
want to hit
sleeping.
you at home.
Well, girl, what are you
I
doing?
know how you feel about TikTok.
Girl, what is she doing? Like, is the baby sleeping? He went to bed already.
All right. So
You
moving
know,
along.
husband is asleep on the couch or say you don't got nothing to do, girl. Anyway,
Before we hit our
much
next
love to Nicki
topic,
Minaj on her future endeavors.